busted at the chippy.
So what am I being arrested for?
Suspicion of robbery.
Girls with guns and flooring it.
Yeah, just here. Stop, stop, stop.
Every 71 seconds a push bike is stolen in England, and 3 muggers have just beaten the hell out of an owner in Slough whilst nicking his pride and joy. The report is of a brutal attack on a young lad, so Conrad Lee and Simon Hills, Tango Victor 3-1, are making for the area sharpish.
That's right, we got a call come in that there's third-hand information that somebody's been robbed and assaulted at an address in Sippenham. We've just been given descriptions of possible offenders, which we're going to keep an eye out for as we're going across, but the information is very scant at the moment.
They've been told the victim fled the scene and ran into the safety of a nearby house, so the pair go to talk to him first.
I'll find out a bit more, mate. It's not a home address, you just come to the address.
He's just come here,
Yeah.
He's inside and his face says he's had a beating.
Are you all right?
I think my nose might be broken.
Well, we'll get you down to the hospital if necessary. Is there a unit that can come to the address? We've got an ambulance coming. There might be a possible broken nose on this young man. Hang on. Is it a mountain bike?
It's a blue and silver mountain bike, yes.
young man's riding around Sippenham, which is part of Slough. He's on his bike. He's been approached by 3 males. They've punched him in the face, probably broken his nose, poor bloke. They've then made off with his bike, some money and his mobile phone. And he's just found the nearest address he can and knocked on the door, where fortunately the person inside has kindly allowed him in, let him use the phone and call us. So just get some details and then we'll go and start doing an area search there if we can get these 3 oiks in that have done this to him.
Somebody will belong to you,
Okay.
all right? Okay.
Cheers, thank you.
All right.
Simon and Conrad have all the descriptions they need, so now they hit the streets. If the muggers have still got the bike with them, it'll be very incriminating evidence.
I see one male, an Asian lad with a grey hoodie. He thinks another Asian lad with a black hoodie, but he's not sure.
Simon spotted some likely lads.
Look to your right. I think he was looking to put something in that red. I saw him hovering by that red bin.
Those 3 there. That's them, mate. That is definitely them. It's 100% them. There's the particularly tall lad in the grey hoodie top.
All you do, mate, is go around and have a look again.
Yeah, they spotted us though, mate.
Yeah, I know they did.
Simon and Conrad want another look at the lads, so spin the car round.
There's the, yeah, look, they're looking at us. See them?
We've got 3 males by the Duke of Cornwall on the Sippenham Lane. They are in possession of a bike. We've got another unit close by. We don't want to go in and spook them too quickly.
With another car circulating the area, the pair move in.
Yeah, if they go towards the chip shop, then we're down the other side of the junction to your right now. If you go in towards the chip shop, we'll come around the other side.
Looks like the cops' advantage of getting in quickly has been blown. The suspects have legged it. But Conrad's seen something suspicious in the entranceway of the flats.
I think I've recovered the bike in the block of flats by the chip shop over. Well, if the Greaves said he'd got a red cycle lock in a squirrely scape round the front of it.
And outside, Simon spotted one of the lads they saw earlier.
In your pockets. Take your gloves off for us, mate. Just whack them in your pockets.
They're having a friendly chat.
Anything else at all up your sleeves, anything like that? This moment in time, fella, you're under arrest on suspicion of robbery.
By the way, I hate pigs, yeah? Man apart repping.
Man apart repping.
Shut up, you pig, man.
Nice.
Pig ass.
Yeah.
I think you're slow, bro. You're a dickhead. What's your number?
Got you though, didn't I?
You got me, though.
You what? Were you? Really?
I'm saying, do you?
Well, no, because I was taught the Queen's English, and unfortunately, you're as thick as 2 short planks, so you and I aren't really compatible, are we?
No, you are a short flank, you idiot.
Oh yeah, because you tower above me, don't you?
So what am I being arrested for?
Suspicion of robbery.
Robbery, man.
Yeah, this way.
You're pussy. Jokers. Hope you know I have a very good solicitor.
Hope I know a very good solicitor. Why? I've not been arrested.
No, I hope you know I've got one.
To be fair, mate, I couldn't really give a toss if you were represented by the Queen's solicitor. It really don't bother me. You had a drink today?
Yeah.
Is that what's made you so lippy? You had a lemonade, have you?
Yeah. Shandy.
What was it, a non-alcoholic one?
Yeah. Had a bit too much E numbers in it.
Come and sit around this side then. Are you in?
Yeah.
Right, after the report of the robbery, we've come and done an area search around here. We've spotted 3 males with a bike that matched the description. Problem we had was that they were very aware of us, so we had to try and play it a bit sly. I've managed to catch hold of this chap once we've got other units here. He's got no good reason for being here. He's full of answers. I've made out that I'm going to search him and then just slyly place him under arrest, which has really cheesed him off. But I'm pretty confident he's one of the suspects, so we'll see where we go with it. He's under arrest, and I believe that others are as well, and possibly we've recovered the bike, so nice job.
The other crew that Conrad and Simon called in have also come up trumps. They've nicked the rest of the gang from the mugging. The nicked lad is driven all the way from Slough to Reading, a long way off his patch. Thankfully, it's shut him up a bit.
And, Mike, have you looked at the screen there?
Maybe this lad should have nicked a helmet instead of a bike. It would have covered up the alien crop circles in his hair. With the bike found and all the suspects in custody, Simon knows there'll be a wealth of opportunities for finding crucial forensic evidence.
We're going to seize all the clothing, we'll send it away, we'll check it against DNA databases. What we're basically using the rule is that every contact leaves a trace. So hopefully if he's made contact with the aggrieved, there'll either be traces of him on the aggrieved or the aggrieved on him. So that's why we're doing all these sort of seizing of clothing, that sort of thing, and hopefully we'll pick something up that's vital evidence that will be irrefutable.
Violent muggings like this have driven the government to launch a new crackdown on vicious criminals who assault and rob other youths. Certainly Slough's crime figures might improve with this bloke and his mates off the streets.
Fair birth. Somebody will be with you shortly. All right. They'll take a crime report about your hair as well.
Robbery of any kind is a terrifying experience. This shopkeeper is on the wrong end of a pistol hold-up in Chorlton, Greater Manchester. The frightened shopkeeper offers to open the till, but the intruders still shove him around just to show who's boss. As they hoover up the ciggies from the shelves, the shopkeeper bravely hits the in-store alarm, and the robbers hot-foot it with their cash and loot. All over in a matter of seconds, but it's an attack the shopkeeper will remember for a very long time. It's after 7 in Burnham, and Pete Lloyd and Jim Mahoney, Tango Victor 3-6, are armouring up for a job that might turn nasty.
We decided that, yeah?
We've just had a briefing and we're off out to go and execute a warrant. Got a male that's wanted for quite a serious armed robbery that's occurred in the last couple of days. We've got one of his co-defendants already in custody. We're just going to go and do a forced entry to his home address and see if we can locate the male that's wanted. We've also got some weapons that we're going to be looking for. So hopefully he'll be in and we can get a nice result and get the chap in custody.
The team parked just down the road so as not to alert the suspect.
Yeah, mate. Let's carry that.
Time to give the door the special policeman's knock.
Hey! Hey!
The second door's proving a bit tougher. An enforcer straight through the glass settles the matter. After all that, it looks like there's no sign of the armed robber. But a major criminal on their patch is too serious a matter for the cops just to forget about. A day later, and the proactive team are still on the trail of their man. Today it's Charlie Etheridge and Michelle Ryan who are on the case. The bloke may not have been at his address, but he's been spotted at a doctor's surgery. Charlie and Mish, Tango Victor 3-2, have been called in to help nick him.
We just parked up at the moment. We've had information that a gentleman we've been looking for a little while is due to reappear from a doctor's surgery imminently. He's wanted for 4 or possibly 5 armed robberies, which I believe was involving knives. And hopefully when he leaves the premises, we'll be in a position to scoop him up.
Local officers are also in position, but for now, all they can do is wait for the robber to leave the building.
Drive in, I think the doctor's entrance door is offset to the right-hand side of the building.
Right, that's the signal for the off.
Up ahead, Flipper and Waller and other proactive crew are in, but it looks like local units have made the bust.
3-2, we have relay 1 in custody.
Are you all right?
Who's in the doctor's order? My back, mate.
The bloke's given up and been cuffed. With that many cops around him, he didn't have much choice.
Just lean against the bonnet, mate, just relax. Take it steady.
Okay, how's your back?
Charlie's worried he might have the knife used in the robberies on him.
Have you got anything on you that you shouldn't have, boss? Bearing in mind, when we get to custody, you're going to be searched again, but I just want to make sure there's nothing sharp in your pockets. Do you understand that, yeah? Nothing sharp on you? Anything that shouldn't be that we're going to find later?
Now he's asking what he's been nicked for.
It's on suspicion of a robbery on the 20th of November at Corals in Farm Common. OK? All right? So what we're going to do, we're going to take you to Highwycombe Police Station and we're going to interview you in reference to that. OK?
With a string of robberies under his belt, the cops expected more of a struggle, but turning up in such large numbers seems to have knocked the fight out of this cowardly crim.
Take care, thanks.
Well, it would have been nice to have a bit of a ding-dong with him. It's always a bit disappointing when someone else gets the body.
On the streets of Slough, the elite units of the proactive team are on the lookout for a super-fast Golf VR6 that's been stolen earlier. The men inside it have spent a long day robbing around the area and have so far managed to avoid the law. But as Mish and Charlie pull into Langley High Street, they spot their target.
3-2,
Even the bad guys eat, and the hot Golf is outside a takeaway.
Yeah, just here. Stop, stop, stop.
Charlie managed to get the car door open, but the driver floored it.
Tango Victor 3-2, vehicle making off. 3-2, vehicle making off, Langley High Street towards the A4. It's a vehicle involved in theft from motor vehicles in Maidenhead. Come on, Mish. He's doing well, mate.
There's traffic everywhere.
2 IC1 males on board. Wait 1 for directions. I think he must have gone left. 3-2, we've got the vehicle going left towards the Langley roundabout, temporary loss. He's gone left, believed towards A4, towards Hounslow and Colnbrook.
From takeaway to getaway, looks like the Golf is long gone.
Yeah, 3-2, we do have a total loss at this time. We've gone A4 towards Colnbrook. Vehicle possibly went towards Datchet, confirm.
I'll get it past over there.
A worried driver has some info on the runaway car.
How far ahead of us was it?
Quite away. I need to give it some.
Yeah, we got held up in traffic. We can't do the sort of manoeuvres he can do. Do you see much of the vehicle?
One tyre out.
One tyre out.
One tyre out, at least.
And which? Do you see which way he went at this junction?
No, because I was behind him. I pulled over on the right side and taken over that set of lights.
Okay.
But if you turn now...
Yeah. We'll see the tyre marks.
Yeah.
Okay, mate. Thanks for that.
You've got a tyre out then?
A knackered wheel will certainly slow the car down, so the pair get back in the pursuit.
Member of the public indicating that the vehicle may well have been A4 Colnbrook bypass ahead of us. Fortunately, was some distance ahead of us and was lost from our view at that time. But the gentleman suggesting that at least one tyre of the vehicle may well have been blown. Over. Is it?
Yeah.
Tango Victory 2. Yeah, 3-2, we've got the vehicle. The vehicle is unattended and has hit a fence. I know they've been gone a few minutes, but is there a dog available, please?
The front wheel is properly mashed.
3-2, vehicle does have damage. Looks like it was running on its rims for some distance. But he's certainly been going some distance on that wheel, isn't he? The vehicle that we were pursuing before and lost, we've now found it's got substantial damage to the front end, and the front offside tyre is completely gone. So it's running. It's been running on the metal wheel itself, which is completely rounded off. And the baddies, it looks like, have hopped across the fence and gone across the fields, which is handy. We've got a dog on its way, and with a bit of luck, it may be able to pick up a track in those fields because they're going to be relatively undisturbed. So fingers crossed they'll come up with something. But unfortunately, it's quite close to one of the larger estates and quite close to Colnbrook, so potentially they could have gone through the woods or they could have been picked up. But hopefully they may still be about and we may get something. If not, we may get something later on from the car in terms of the DNA or fingerprints that they may have left behind.
I'll give it both a go then. All right, then.
Dog handler Tristan Newsom has arrived. The cops may be stumped, but the police dog Bella could still get a fix on the runaways. Whilst the dog searches, Charlie and Miss check to see if the blaggers have left anything in the motor. Plenty of evidence here.
We've got some tools, screwdrivers and then the lights in the car.
Yeah. So you can put a window in without.
Certainly a very good example of going equipped.
No, you wouldn't want to be confronted with that. No. Really.
Bella's nose has taken her straight to a dumped pair of gloves.
Come across some gloves.
Tristan suspects the gang have had some help getting away.
No, we're going to finish it there. She was flying down here. I think they've probably been picked up. Good girl, come here. Good girl, come here.
Back at the scene, Charlie tries to figure out the bandit car's last movements.
Down here, yeah, he's come down the wrong way.
The knackered wheels left a trail like a slug.
So in order to get away, he's come the wrong side of the road through this junction. Through the lights. He's made his way through the oncoming traffic. Pumped it up onto the curb here, I've no doubt, in the face of someone else coming on into his path. Tried to cut across, lost it, and gone straight into the fence.
The gang may have escaped the scene, but with their car and tools gone, the cops have disrupted their crime spree for tonight. And with a detailed forensic examination of the car to come, it could be their criminal career is cut short sooner than they think. The consequences of driving at high speed can be terrible. This man crossing the road in Michigan is about to experience a hit and run. Hit so hard he was knocked out of his shoes. And there isn't any good way to land on concrete. The cop car quickly pursues the hit and run driver, whilst an ambulance is called for his victim. Cops approach the car with guns drawn. The driver seems to barely realise what he's done, and he stinks of booze.
I ran someone over.
Why are they in the road? They were crossing the road, you ran them over.
By rights, this pedestrian should be dead, but amazingly he survived the accident with only a broken leg. The driver got hit hard with something too, a charge for failing to stop and one for drink driving.
How much you had to drink tonight? A couple of beers. Yeah, so you had more than a couple.
Brian Avery is one of the elite Thames Valley dog handlers. He works closely with two dogs, Jake and Jimmy. But not every call he attends needs their specialist skills. It's 3 in the morning and Brian is on patrol near Reading when an emergency call comes through. A woman's been reportedly punched by her boyfriend out in a street and an off-duty copper has rushed to her aid.
Get it on TV.
The officer's holding the suspect's wrists, but the bloke's mouth needs watching too.
See what this man's doing? See what he's doing?
Wind your neck in.
See what he's doing? Look.
Wind your neck in.
I've got my neck winding in.
I don't want him arrested, Joe, so you lot might as well take this off camera.
She said she
he don't need to be arrested. I didn't ask for him to be arrested.
The girlfriend might not want to take it any further, but the off-duty officer witnessed the incident. With his wrists cuffed, he tries a headbutt, but it's him who's going down.
Stephen, just chill. Stephen, just relax. Stephen, relax.
Relax what?
Stephen, relax, babe. Just relax.
Slam their knees in my
5-3, we've got a bloke on the floor. I need transport, please.
knees in the face. Knees in the throat. Don't tell police officers carry on. Because they can't stick up for their drugs. Because they're little women. How the fuck you can go home?
Can I talk to him, please?
Yes. Come on. Police officers. Yeah, that's clever.
Probably need a van, over. Probably easier.
There'll be no thumping or headbutting now, but that mouth's still going strong.
When the police officers are wankers, they can't do nothing. They can't do nothing. Because they're pussy. Wait there, Samantha. Bro, you can bring my arm, I don't care.
Very boring. I don't know what you're on about.
What do you mean, don't know what you're on about? What's the reason?
You sound like you're speaking Jamaican. I can't understand what you're saying.
I'm Jamaican.
Huh?
My uncle's Jamaican, yeah.
Is he?
Yes.
All right. You from Jamaica then? Why do you speak like him then?
English wankers. That's what they are.
The only thing it's doing, mate, is making you look a bit silly, but there you go.
Seems his girlfriend's been on the phone to his mum now.
Stephen, that was your mum.
Yeah.
She said it should be alright. She wants to know what's happening when you get to the police station.
Yeah, she knows she's little coppers got a little dick.
She wants to know why you're out this late.
No, what do you mean why he's out this late? He's 21 years old nearly.
Brian, what's happening?
I don't care, they make me laugh, they're little jokers. It takes 6 police officers to take that one boy, because they're little pussy. 8 police officers now. 8 of them.
Some time apart might do this relationship good.
Hey? Up your pop, sunshine. You get.
The off-duty copper's sure this is an assault, though.
Happy days, mate.
Lovely. Basically, I'm just driving home off duty, and he smacked that girl there in the head once, and then shot the back across him. It's a pretty full-on punch, so I just followed him up to here with the patrol, and obviously Brian's coming in, and I've nicked him for assault at 03:44. It was.
Well, basically, there's an off-duty officer walking home from work, I assume, and he's witnessed this man here assault that female, so he detained him on the side of the road. And upon us turning up, he's arrested him, to which point he's been a little bit silly and had to be forced to the floor because of his sort of conduct, really. And as you can hear, he's still not very happy. But so we banged him in the van, he's going into custody, now we go and book him in, and might have a bit more fun there by the look of it.
His girlfriend might want to forgive him, but as far as the cops are concerned, this is assault, pure and simple. No complaint was made by the girlfriend, and no charges were ever brought. Below, on the streets of Aylesbury, a stolen van is pegging it from the law.
Churchill Avenue. 121, I'm on Churchill Avenue.
A Thames Valley officer is hot on the wheels of a van in his pursuit car.
Because he's just approaching the roundabout Churchill Avenue.
Get ready when he stops it to deploy. Don't put him all chasing around after it.
His colleagues are getting in position to deploy their stop sticks. This white van madman is pushing over 80 miles an hour in a residential area. He has to be stopped. An officer by the roadside has got the spikes in place.
Stop 6 been deployed. So right.
A hit. The van's lost a tyre. The van jacker tries to lose his pursuers by taking the continental approach around the roundabout. It doesn't work. His tyres are shredding and the metal of his wheels is starting to spark. The driver's got a right jalopy to steer. Cops suspect he's heading for a nearby traveller site.
The traveller site is 200 yards to the near side.
Now cops have deployed a second stop stick up ahead. It takes out another tyre.
Okay, that's second stop stick deployed.
2 hits from the stop stick and this van's undrivable.
Okay, one out and running.
He's legged it and this boy can run. He's hidden behind the trees, but cops on the ground know he's there.
Give us an idea as to where they are, we're just crossing the field there.
Moving in with the dog, they nick him. The cops brought a long list of charges for this attempted getaway. The driver was accused of driving a stolen van, running it on untaxed red diesel, having stolen number plates and driving dangerously. All whilst being disqualified from driving. Sometimes police can't rely on airborne assistance and have to use good old-fashioned teamwork. It's gone midnight in Gisborough, Cleveland, and the police are suddenly dazzled by a Vauxhall tanking it past them. The cops have to put their foot down just to catch up, reaching speeds in excess of a ton. They're soon joined by a second unit. With a 2-team car in pursuit, they can try a blocking manoeuvre. But the bloke slips through. They can't afford for this to go on much longer, and a stinger device is deployed up ahead. The lines across the road here mean slow down roundabout ahead. Not drive across a central reservation to avoid the stinger device. This geezer is one tricky customer. With no more stinger units up ahead, things look bleak for the 2-car team. But thankfully it looks like the driver has run out of ideas. He's starting to slow. The lad's got charged with twok, and not surprisingly the driver with dangerous driving. He'll certainly think twice about taking on a 2-car tag team again. It's just after sundown in Slough, and Charlie and Mish are patrolling their local housing estate. Antisocial behaviour on mopeds and bikes is one of the biggest causes of complaints from local residents. And Mish thinks she's just spotted a complaint waiting to happen.
Who's that running down there then? It's probably something nothing, but when you see people running down alleyways. Knew the rock's open pretty good.
Wait one.
Mopeds are always tricky to catch, even when they're only inches away. Charlie hasn't been able to catch them on foot.
Right, mate.
Now the bike's disappeared down another alley.
Yeah, they're out onto the Farnham Lane, I think. Gone, no trace from here.
And it's not just their antisocial behaviour that's a worry.
Two lads on a moped. No helmet, no lights on as they were coming down the road. And they've come off down an alleyway. Come very close, I nearly got to wrench the one on the back off the bike, but fingertip away. But hey, with a bit of luck, they've not ended up impaled on something too painful, let's hope.
The two riders literally slipped through Charlie's fingers. Maybe a close call with the law will scare them enough to stay away from roads and alleyways.
Let's do it. Actually, that shoplifting, yeah.
Negative, and I haven't got you booked on either.
Ask a copper what they like about the job, and most will tell you it's the variety. Today, Charlie and Mish have been assigned to look for stolen vehicles in Reading. But with their onboard ANPR checking every vehicle they see, there's always a chance something else will come up. A car in the opposite lane has pinged up the machine. Time to spin the car around. The computer's saying a red Cavalier a few cars in front has been linked to a series of dodgy deals.
32, we're on Kendrick Road with an ANPR activation. Can I have a vehicle check, please? I've had another ANPR activation. A car's been seen in suspicious circumstances, selling laptops from the boot. We're going to give him a tug, have a chat, and see where we go from there.
It's been used as a shop on wheels. Unsuspecting buyers are offered a laptop in a bag for a silly price. Deal done and the car drives off. But when the buyer opens the bag, he finds he's only got a bottle of mineral water.
Hello, madam. Just wet your engine off. Just have a chat to me on roadside there. Is it your vehicle, madam? And how long have you owned the car?
I've owned the car.
The lady doesn't look like a Del Boy Trotter sort.
About 3 or 4 weeks.
Oh, is that right? OK, not a problem. Do you know you bought the vehicle off?
Henry.
Henry?
I don't know.
Right.
HJ something Motors.
Ah, right. So he's actually, what was it, in trade? Was it actually through a...
No, that's what he said he was.
Right, OK. And how did the transaction go about? Was it a cash transaction?
It was cash.
Has the logbook and everything gone through OK?
I haven't sent the logbook off, but I've got the logbook at home.
You've got the logbook at home?
So the laptop scam's nothing to do with her. It was all before she owned the car. But the computer is saying the woman doesn't have insurance.
Hi, we stopped a vehicle at roadside and I need to do an insurance check if possible. She's saying she's not the policy holder, it's her partner.
The average uninsured driver is male, under 30, and with a record of motoring offences. But could this lady strike out for equality and buck the trend?
OK, that's lovely, thank you very much. OK, bye. He's not insured with Churchill for any indexes, OK. The situation is if we can't be convinced you've got insurance, we have to take your car off you. It's as simple as that, really.
The lady calls her boyfriend, and now she says the car's insured with Lloyd's. Well, possibly.
With Lloyd.
Right, OK. If this comes back negative, we'll go down the line of taking your vehicle off you, OK? But I'll give him a quick ring.
She's going to seize the car.
Charlie's read the police computer's report on this type of scam and tells the driver what it says.
One of the reasons we stopped you, the vehicle's previously been seen in suspicious circumstances, and the circumstances were basically someone selling laptops out the boot of the car. And then substituting...
I'm sorry, I shouldn't smile. I know I shouldn't.
Well, yeah. Then substituting the laptops for water, apparently.
Do you know, I saw that on the telly.
Yeah.
The guy I bought it off told me, his exact words to me were, because I only paid $350 for it.
Yeah.
And his exact words to me were, well, you get what you pay for. And we thought, well, with all the miles on the clock, and none of the electrics are working on the Vortex, that's what we thought it was about.
Right.
But you saying that, and this is how I've
Was he
seen
an
it
Irish
on the
gentleman?
telly. He was... I wouldn't like to say his accent wasn't Irish, but I know what you're saying.
Yeah. It's just the name of the previous keeper sounded a bit Irish-ish, but it's certainly something we'd associate normally with. But pretend it's a laptop and you end up buying 2 very expensive bottles of water.
Was a traveller.
Was it? Yeah. Would you mind just popping the boot for me, please?
Looks like there's a curse on the vehicle.
Golf Oscar Uniform Lima Delta.
Be aware that you may well be stopped in the future because there's a marker on the vehicle. Watch your head. All right.
Yeah, I've just
Yeah. We'll phone Bedfordshire, who put the marker on. We'll phone them and ask them to remove it.
It's time for a quiz.
Are we likely to be seizing it then, for no insurance?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I'm not 100%.
But our survey said...
But he's insured, she's not. That's lovely. Thanks a lot for your help. Take care, Dan. Bye-bye. It very much looks like you're not insured to drive the vehicle. Your partner is. You're not a named driver. They just checked the other policy, the Mondeo, and he's the only named driver on that one as well. OK. Have you got anybody that can come and pick you up from here?
I'm meeting some friends,
OK.
so I should be all right.
All right, lovely. We've got some paperwork to go through.
Are you meeting them at the leisure centre?
Yeah.
Oh, that's convenient, because it's literally 100 metres away.
Yeah. All right.
With the car already set to be seized, now seems like a good time for Mish to mention some more bad news.
Yeah, unfortunately, driving without insurance also carries fixed penalty points. 6 fixed penalty points, a £200 fine. We've just done our checks on your licence and you're eligible to receive a fixed penalty as opposed to being summoned to court.
At 350 quid, this Cavalier may have seemed like a bargain motor, but the true cost has shot up. 105 quid to release the car and a 200 quid fine.
Well, I've already explained to you how you get the vehicle back.
All right, then.
Yeah? Should you forget. The alternative is that if you don't wish to accept the ticket, then you can have the matter heard at court. The court have additional powers. One of those is to potentially disqualify you.
With the car seized and long gone, all the lady's left with is a long walk home.
We seized the vehicle under Section 165 of the Road Traffic Act. She's now made off on foot because she's got no car, and it's on the back of a wagon on its way to White House Motors.
Famous French film director Jean-Luc Godard once said all he needed to make a movie was a girl and a gun. Well, here's 2 lasses he could put in his next film. A town centre CCTV camera in Manchester captured these 2 15-year-olds waving their guns at cameras and passers-by for a laugh. Looks like they've seen Charlie's Angels one time too many. They're actually imitation pistols, but you can't tell that from a distance. And as Manchester now has one of the biggest gun crime problems in England, people have learned to be wary. But these pistol-packing mamas had a rude awakening. They were caught by the cops and cautioned for their behaviour. It could have gone worse for them. If a police armed response team had shown up, they'd have been staring down the barrel of some very real weapons. Friday night in Reading, and 2 young dancers are in trouble with their parking.
It's a top quality job where we've been dispatched, worryingly, to some dance studio. In the words of the operator, reference a damsel in distress who's stuck.
Some geezers block them in after dance class, and they want 2 big strapping elite vehicle driving coppers to come and bail them out. Instead, they get Andy Flipper Burden and Chris Waller.
Oh, we'll go and have a look now.
Yeah, she won't come out for us, will she?
Hello. How are you? Whose car is this? Do you know, do you? All right, bear with me. Yes, let's have a vehicle check, please, on Romeo.
You can get that out of there.
It'll come out of there, Flip. It'll fit out of there, won't it? It's gonna be tight.
Any worries?
This curb's not even the full height of a normal curb.
Small curb.
A check on their computer hasn't come up with a phone number for the driver.
Ex-directory for the car owner, unfortunately.
Have we got enough room to get out of it?
Should do. Do you want me to try and drive it out for you?
You just need to bring it right in it so it's coming out square.
I'll do it.
Will you do it?
Yeah.
Waller's jumping bravely in.
You're having a draft, ain't you? The gap looks a lot more narrower now.
Well, that gap looks smaller from behind the wheel, apparently.
I'm not so confident now, looking at it from in here. Where's your internal light, mate?
Just line it up and we'll tell you.
What do you want me
How much room? I got any room your side?
Waller's given it his best shot.
I think you're going to struggle, Flip.
It's all right, mate. It's not the winning.
I think you're going to struggle like anything, mate.
It's the taking part that counts. Now it's Flipper's turn to show his partner how it's done.
Well, I'd like to say, it looks like quite a big gap when you... Yeah, I want to get my excuses in early. Obviously, the space looks a lot bigger when you're out here. When you sat in that car, the gap was a lot smaller.
Take 2.
Probably can't see anything out of the car, can you? Right, straighten. Put your mirror in, Flip. Whoa. Straighten up. Straighten your wheels in. Well, that's right, all right. Straighten your wheels completely, Flip. Why?
Is that going to come straight out?
You have to do it slowly. Keep going.
Is it that close?
You're going to catch, mate, on the bumper here. No,
So much for that idea. Guess they didn't teach these kind of manoeuvres on the elite driving course.
Have a seat in there a minute, mate. That front wing is just about that much, mate. You're going to catch on there. The gap looks a lot bigger out here, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Looks like the only option is to get the badly parked vehicle removed.
We can't push it or anything, can we?
I mean, as you can see from the street here, parking's an absolute nightmare. The registered owner of this vehicle doesn't live local to this street here, so there's a good chance, obviously, of all of Reading parking problems. He's just parked here and obviously walked around the corner to his home address. I think they've tried our inquiries, haven't got any joy. So one of the only options we've got really is to get it recovered as it's causing obstruction, obviously, to this right away to this car park here.
Flipper and Waller are usually tops at getting members of the public out of a tight spot. But this time, they've really felt the squeeze. All they can do is call in a recovery van to shift the offending motor.
All right, take care, bye-bye.
Based in Exeter are 6 highly trained dog handlers, each with their own German Shepherds.
Good boy.
Steve Cruz and his dog Razor have been teamed together for 3 years, forging a strong bond between man and animal. It's Friday night and they're heading towards a serious situation involving a violent lad.
Officers gone to report of a domestic. They've turned up and he's been extremely violent. He's had a fight with officers. They've used spray on him. He managed to get away from them and now he's gone into a house and he keeps coming out. States he's going to get a knife and stab the officers.
The bloke is suspected of beating up a big issue seller in the city centre. With his threat of getting a blade, the police aren't taking any chances and have the house surrounded.
Hang on, he's coming out the back again.
It sounds like the lad is out back.
Nick. Someone's getting a knife. So you didn't know what he's doing back. We're trying to get Is that Yeah.
The angry suspect is half naked in the back of this yard. With the possibility of a knife, everyone is playing it cool. Well, not everyone.
Mum and Dad, can you come out here now? Get out of the way, mate. Go on, fight me. Just calm down. Fucking wank.
His dad is unable to calm the lad down. It's the 3rd time captor spray has been used on the lad. Designed to subdue violent and aggressive suspects, so far it's had little effect.
Hey, watch out. It's on the... All right, come on. Get on the floor.
Steve and Razor are in first.
On the floor. On the floor. All right, come on.
The spray's worked. Everyone piles in to get this leery lad under control.
Oh, my God! I suspicion of assault and criminal damage. I put the wall on my face. Do not anything but a man. I put the wall on my face. If you don't mention point question, something which you lay down in court. I put wall on my face, please. I can't see. Please put wall on my face. Please.
He suddenly found his manners after his threatening behaviour.
Which you lay down in court. I put wall on my face, please. I can't see. Please put wall on my face. Please. Adam, just lie down. Don't start swearing now, mate. I put the wall on my face. I can't see. Listen, put it on my back. Keep blinking your eyes, all right? Dad!
Finally under control, it's now safe for the officers to search him.
Let me set up and I'll show you. Let me set up and I'll show you. Let me set up and I'll show you. Left. Just dash some water in my face, please. Get that to your mum and dad, all right? Well, get that to your mum and dad. No, that's fine. All right, dash some water in my face. I've got it here. Please dash some water in my face.
There's no sign of a knife. Now cuffed and strapped, is reminded of why he's been arrested.
You're also under arrest on suspicion of a fraud. Fella in the high tree half an hour ago.
I don't know what you're talking about, mate.
But he's having none of it.
That whoa, bit worse. I've done nothing wrong.
Deployed successfully, captor spray will work instantly, causing a temporary loss of sight. The burning sensation can last up to 40 minutes, and the police know full well that water will actually make it worse.
This male, we know he's extremely violent from the past anyway. He was threatening officers before, so they sprayed him with incapacitating spray. He managed to get back in the house, stating he was going to get a knife. Nick, I saw an opportunity just to go in there, get him on the floor. He got on the floor quite quickly, the dog was used well. So the dog's a good deterrent. My only main concern was not to get any other officers in the way of the dog, because situations like that, everybody's shouting. People can forget exactly where the dog is, but people tend not to mess with the dog, so as soon as he saw us, I was quite happy that he gave up straight away. The dog did good.
Stephen Razor was spot on. The captor spray in the presence of Razor had this dangerous lad on his knees.
Game over, mate, wasn't it?
Was done for beating up the big issue seller and also assaulting his mum, dad and a police officer. For all this, he was sentenced to 36 weeks behind bars. The Road Crime Unit was set up to deny criminals the use of the road, and that's exactly what they do. Ian Jones, or Taff, and Chris Davidson have just left their office and are on the M5 on the hunt for a wanted car.
Well, might as well just park on the onset here, aren't we?
The boys are searching for a Peugeot they suspect is carrying Class A drugs.
4-3 standing by on the bridge.
Now over the motorway, the boys' eyes are glued to the road in case the target car passes underneath.
We've had intelligence that the vehicle we've been after involved in the conveyance of drugs is coming down the M5 about a mile away from us.
Suddenly, Chris spots the motor coming off at their junction.
Yep, contact, stand by. Heading down the A38 towards Wellington,
The boys quickly get behind the target car, but when Taff signals for it to pull over, the driver is in no rush to stop. Chris thinks the passenger is up to something odd.
Stand by, look, you've got a female about to camp. Get out of the car! Open the window. Get your hands on the wheel. Open the door for me. Right, stay there. You've been detained for purposes of a drug search.
What have I done?
You're the owner of this car, are you?
Yeah.
Right, OK, mate. You're being detained for the purposes of a drug search, OK, as a result of intelligence received. You're going to be taken back to Heavitree Road Police Station for a full drug search, both you and the vehicle. Is there any, before I do that...
in the vehicle?
Yep. Is there anything in the vehicle I need to know about?
No.
Any drugs on board?
No.
Right, OK, mate.
We think there might be drugs in your vehicle. Is there anything in there?
The girl claims to have nothing on her, but she was fidgeting around earlier. And as nothing was chucked out of the window, she could be hiding something.
This vehicle's linked to transportation of drugs, both the car and the driver. So what we're going to do, we're going to go back to Clumpton Police Station. And obviously we can't do a full search here, we'll both be strip search. And we'll give this vehicle a good thorough search as well.
The strange activity before the car was stopped has made Chris think it's strip search time. You lucky people. Back at the nick, and the female passenger has aroused Taff's suspicions.
Can you hang on to this young lady at the minute? She's got a fixation with touching her groin at the moment.
No, I'm fiddling around.
Yeah, well, that's why your zip on your trousers is undone, isn't it?
But with a strip search on the cards, there's no point telling porkies, and the woman fesses up.
I've got 2 bags of personal for myself.
What, heroin?
Yeah, heroin.
Yeah, where is it? Down the front?
Yeah.
Right.
It's mine, it's my personal. I'm an
OK,
addict.
well, we'll sort that out in a minute.
It's usually the gents that have a packed lunchbox, but this lass has come clean to a stash in her pants. Taff, Mike Brown and Roger Hockin check every nook and cranny of the motor. The evidence of drug use is certainly there.
A bit of classic signs of drug abuse, heroin users. We'll put the drug on the foil, burn it from underneath and inhale the fumes. Don't think this TV will pick up Sky One, will it?
The team have established there's nothing in the car, but the body search came up trumps, although the passenger initially kept tight-lipped about her stash.
As we pulled in and stopped the car, we noticed that the female was rummaging around, appeared to be trying to conceal something. Now, we brought her back for a strip search, and in her underwear we collected 2 wraps. She's already been interviewed about it. She indicates it's heroin. That's £40 worth. She's now being released. She'll get a summons in the post for possession of Class A heroin.
With no drugs on the driver, he was free to go on his way. The female passenger won't be so lucky. She'll now have to have a day out. In court. While some people don't pull over for the police straight away, some drivers don't even stop at all.
So left, towards Waltham Cross.
Police in North London tried to pull over a black Audi, but the driver floored it. Ground units are in pursuit, and one of the Met's choppers is airborne.
MP India 9, we have visual. We're happy to take over the commentary. Monarch's Way towards Waltham Cross roundabout.
In London, the helicopter is called to all vehicle pursuits, where it uses its aerial advantage to call the shots.
Yes, India 9 is ground commander. Ground speed still showing at only 55 miles an hour. And no erratic driving, apart from his failure to stop at this stage.
But the Audi driver is definitely driving dangerously. The highway code is well out of window. He's round 1, between 2, 3's a crowd, and he's off.
Pursuing vehicles, if you want to give them a little bit of room.
The chopper pilot checks out the lie of the land ahead as the observer prepares all units for a possible foot chase.
He's got quite open ground here, he might go for a decamp. We've got a good visual from this one.
And a good visual is exactly what they need, as the valve behind the wheel does a runner. But the helicopter's radio has gone down, so for the moment, the pursuing officer is on his own. The chopper keeps an eye on the Audi driver by switching to its thermal imaging camera, whereby body heat shows up as black.
9-9, if you can see me, I'm in the first garden he's gone into. Just towards the outside the shed. You can give me direction from there.
And just when they need it most, the Eye in the Sky's radio's working again.
We've got you visual. He's tucked in tree lines about 3 gardens from where you are, away from the helicopter.
Armed with these clear directions, the cop on the ground spots the hiding bloke, and the hunt is back on.
Heading back towards the front of the house.
Running back towards the road, the fleeing driver clocks another police unit.
OK, traffic cargo's pulling up. Stop there, stop there. He's right in front of you.
Resembling a scene out of Hot Fuzz, the bloke monkeys onto the fence and quickly finds himself on the deck.
Taken down a fence in front of that silver car. You should be able to get back through. The car that's just turned up.
Officers close behind are led up the garden path as the runaway heads back towards the road.
Making his way back out to the front of the buildings, running across front gardens now.
But the numpty's fitness lets him down, and he eventually gives himself up.
Many thanks to all the units. Thanks for staying with us. Always thank you, and thanks for the good commentary, and all units, thank you for excellent pursuit, good result.
Specialising in rapid door entry, Ashburton's C-section known as TAG are led by Sergeant Tony Willis. It's Wednesday morning in Plymouth, and the team are after a suspected drugs dealer who could be at one of 2 addresses.
Yeah. Right, we're not very far away now.
Heading to the first flat, they try and keep the element of surprise by sneaking up on foot.
Clear!
Are you from Plymouth?
Yeah.
The target isn't in this flat, but a woman is. 2 officers stay behind and begin searching, whilst John Weymouth and the rest of the team get ready to strike the second address.
We've got information they want this one done pretty quickly, so we're just going to be off in the next couple of minutes and go and put this door in.
The TAG team never know what they're going to come up against, so planning is essential.
Ground floor flat is the one on the right as you go in through the corridor.
This door here, this is the communal door.
That's the communal door.
Down the corridor.
And it's a left
First door on the right.
Left-hand wallop the other way.
You got to, left-hand wallop.
With 2 doors to get through, the team have to take the first door silently so the occupants aren't spooked. Using a special handy little tool to prise the door open, they're in.
Anyone down there? Anyone up there?
Checking each room of the flat, the unit quickly find 3 people calmly sitting in the lounge.
Who's got the 3 people?
Yeah.
Anyone else in here?
No.
No one else in here at all, guys. Who's the occupant of the house?
I'm dead. Keep your hands
in your lap, that's fine. Are you the occupant of the house, my love?
No.
The target, who's suspected of dealing drugs, is quickly cuffed, along with 2 of his mates.
What we're going to do, everyone, is just going to search the place as quickly as you can. We're just asking you not to smoke whilst we're here, OK? Because it's bad for us, isn't it, really? Ideal. We'll get a bit of ventilation here. We'll just clear a room down there. We'll bring them one at a time.
Yeah, chance to sit down. In a minute.
Is this caller?
Suddenly, there's a knock at the door. Now, I wonder what they want.
Come in, my love. You coming in? Who you come to see?
Oh, yes, yeah.
Who you come to see? You belong to this address here. Just come in a second, my love. Come in.
Whether it's the sight of a uniform or Tony's aftershave, the young lass isn't keen to hang around.
Echo, where's that?
What?
What have you got in your hand?
Nothing. Let me get it out.
Yeah,
I'll
mate.
show you what we've got.
What have you got? What have you got?
There, my money.
What is it, money, is it?
Yes, that's it.
Can we buy something? Because you're calling this address, OK? We've got a warrant to search this address. We're going to search you as well.
Right. Not
All
with the camera, though.
OK, he's filming what we're doing.
It's important to gather any evidence the team can get of drugs and drug dealing. This girl may have come to do some shopping.
Who's it you come to call for? Which one?
Who's that?
Mummy.
Keep your hands still.
We'll see you down over here.
Don't get funny.
Keep yourself nice and calm.
But Tony hangs on to her spending money.
I've got your £20. I'm going to keep hold of that for now.
Oh, no.
All right, I'm going to keep hold of it. You know who's got it? Remember that number. OK?
Yeah.
As the target is led away for a search, the house turns into a call centre.
All the phones have just started going, which suggests that we've just left the last address. The female occupant of that last address is a girlfriend of one of the guys here. She's obviously trying to get in touch with them all, tried every mobile, and it's her ringing. So she's obviously trying to warn them that we're coming. Too late, unfortunately.
The team have just been at this bloke's flat, and with nothing discovered at that address, Tony suspects the woman found there is now calling to warn him.
So that came from him, did it?
Yeah.
We'll have to have that away, aren't we?
The bloke may have hoped the calls came earlier, as John finds 3 wraps of heroin in his pocket. No more drugs are found in the house or on the other occupants, so they're all free to go.
Right, oh, thank you.
Oh, watch out, you go.
But this young lad has got some questions to answer.
There were 3 people in the premises. One male was searched, found to have 3 wraps of heroin on him. He's just come out of prison for drugs offending. The other 2 have remained in the house. The dog handler, I think, just found traces of burnt heroin on foil because the occupiers have admitted to smoking heroin.
The quick thinking and response of the tag section sent out a strong message that they'll carry on their war against illegal drugs. The investigation is continuing over the lad found with heroin. In Maidstone, Kent, CCTV cameras have picked up a clear case of daylight robbery at a jeweller's. Behind this sign, 2 men dressed in white industrial boiler suits are smashing the windows of the shop with sledgehammers and helping themselves to the jewellery. Onlookers have backed off and are watching in disbelief as the rampaging raiders grab more than a dozen expensive Rolex watches. But time is running out and the 2 robbers make their escape. The hammer is down as the thieving tow rags hightail it to the getaway vehicle. In all the rush, one of the robbers drops a bag of booty. But the sound of police sirens means they'll have to leave it behind. However, these blaggers decide to follow the laws of the road and stop for a red light. It's given the police time to catch up, and as the officers get out to arrest them, one passenger promptly bails out. Running towards the river. Has he got an escape canoe on standby? No, it looks like his plan is to keep running. The heat is on in more ways than one, and the boiler suit swiftly comes off. But his running feet are too big and get caught in his discarded disguise. He nearly wriggles free, But with cameras covering every part of town, the cops are all over him in seconds. After trying to steal Rolex watches worth 30 grand, the three robbers got the time they were looking for and were sentenced for a total of 16 years in prison. CCTV in America reveals an interesting new method of reducing the amount of cars on the road. This car and lorry approach the junction at the same time, and attempting to get under it, the car turns. But he steers into trouble, gets caught under the lorry, and is dragged in a completely different direction. The Road Crime Unit deal with all aspects of road safety. As well as the condition of your motor, the safety of others is also a priority. Taff and John are above the M5, keeping a concerned eye out on the motorway.
There's a vehicle come through, there's a marker on it being put on by Hereford. There's, the vehicle's linked to a gentleman, there's a genuine concern for his welfare. We're going to see if we can find it, ascertain if that gent is in the vehicle, and if he is, then make sure he's okay. There's obviously someone somewhere cares about him, so we'll just make sure that that's the case.
Such markers relate to someone's health and well-being and can range from a young runaway, someone needing medication, to a parent worried about their child.
The subject vehicle.
Playing catch-up is Chris Davidson. He's joined by Ed Rowland.
We're obviously a fair way back, so when we get involved in the action, it's another thing. But at least we're heading towards and be able to assist should we be needed.
They may be too far behind, as up ahead, Taff and John spot the vehicle.
Got eyeball up ahead. Got it lane 2.
With lane 1 heading towards the A30.
Taff pulls alongside and the car stops.
Stop, lads. Yeah, well done. Is that location?
Still at the vehicle, please, mate.
With welfare markers, the team never know what to expect, so for safety, they often cuff everyone.
Keep your hands where I can see them, please. Basically, there's a concern for welfare on this vehicle. All right, we're going to search the vehicle, make sure everything's in order, all right?
John, do you want to do the business with him?
Yeah,
I'll search the vehicle with Giles.
All right, mate, before I put you in the back of the police vehicle, I'm just going to do a quick pat down and make sure there's nothing on you. Have you got any drugs or any weapons or anything I should be aware of?
No.
No, nothing at all? OK, all right, I'm just going to pat you down as I go through there. There's nothing in your pockets at all?
The team quickly discover that the welfare marker is on someone else and neither of these lads. But a nosy around in the boot throws up new concerns for the stopped driver.
He's got a letter suggesting that he owes £19,000 and 89 pence to the Motor Insurance Board for being involved in an accident where he's had no insurance. So we'll go and make sure that all that's been cleared up as well, I think.
The driver is claiming he has insurance, but after finding this letter, Giles Bedson is not so sure and quizzes him.
The gent in the back of the vehicle there was the driver of the Peugeot. After being expertly questioned by my learned colleague, Mr. Bedson, he's finally admitted that he hasn't got insurance for the vehicle.
It's the end of the journey for this car, as it'll be towed away and impounded.
Just going to pop one of these fine quality stickers on the back of the car. It just sends out a message when it's on the back of the recovery truck to the other drivers that that's what's going to happen if you've got no licence and no insurance.
That may not be the end of the driver's problems, as a search of the vehicle turns up more trouble.
There's one full one like that. Yeah. And then there's another one here, which I'll dig out for you now. Oh, where has it gone? Got 2 small bags of herbal. So they were tucked in, I don't know if you can see down here. Basically, you could smell it. It's quite a strong smell. And what they tend to do is use these air fresheners to hide the smell, but it's quite distinctive. And it was tucked in down a little compartment under here.
Who found it, John?
And my colleague, DC Davison, did in fact find it, although I was working systematically through the car at the time.
The unit now have to find out who owns the drugs. Both lads are questioned separately. The passenger's not saying anything. Is Taff getting anywhere with the driver?
Can I spell out to you that you or your mate, one of you put your hands up, because it does belong to one of you.
Neither of the lads is fessing up, so John tries a different approach.
So what I'm going to do, I'm going to let you sit there and think about it a minute, and then I'm going to go have a chat with your friend in the other car, and we'll see what we can find out. All right?
Giles' expert questioning has beaten him to it.
His colleague, his driver of the car, is saying it's his now. So
sorry, that chap there's on it. That's fine. Okie doke.
Spoken to both the lads. The driver is happy to admit that it belongs to him. so we'll be issuing him with a roadside warning. He's lost his car tonight. It's going to be impounded. That'll cost him £105 to get that back. He's been getting a fixed penalty notice for his tax, which is £60. And before he can get the car back, he's going to have to get himself some insurance. So it's quite a good stop check.
For having no insurance, the driver received a £200 fine and 6 points. It's turned out to be an expensive little journey. There are different ways you can pay for your mistakes, as the two lads in this black 4x4 are about to find out. Refusing to stop for police, the Jeep is spanking it to well over a ton and overtaking cars with complete disregard for anyone's safety. As the cop tries to move in front, the fleeing driver blocks his path and then motors straight through a red light. The officer tries again, but the suspect sees him coming and swerves into his path. But neatly checking back, the trooper manages to carry out a pit manoeuvre. Pit, pursuit intervention tactic, is a manoeuvre commonly used by American cops to bring high-speed pursuits to an end. It certainly works in this case. Amazingly, the driver holds on as the vehicle rolls into a field. Both men inside were quickly arrested, and their worlds have been turned upside down. Police forces across Britain are increasingly working together on anti-crime campaigns and initiatives. Today, Devon and Cornwall Police are targeting illegal road users in Exeter.
Well, today we're having what we call is Operation U.S.A. It's a joint initiative between this and other forces. It's an ANPR activation based inquiry, and what we're going to be doing is we've got static sites surrounding the city. The van behind you is one of them with ANPR, automatic number plate recognition system, and then we've got 2 marked vehicles at each site to act as intercept vehicles.
Mike knows that on operations like this, all kinds of excuses are given by stopped drivers. He's heard them all. It's rush hour, and Mike gets a call to intercept a white Kia car. The database says the car has no insurance, and Mike wants to see what the driver has to say about it.
The vehicle's just coming up on our database as having no insurance. Who are you insured with, please?
Churchill.
Churchill?
Yeah.
And how do you pay that? Is it monthly or?
Yeah, no, it's paid direct debit.
Direct debit,
yeah.
Is it? Okay, do you have any of your driving documents with you at all, please?
I don't, no, because I've just literally been to look at a property up the road.
Oh, right, okay. Have you got any identification on you?
No, I've got nothing on me at all.
With no documents, the geezer can't prove he's insured, so Mike calls up the company. But it's not looking good.
Right, hang on a minute. Right, Mr. The problem I've got here, I'm on the phone to Churchill, and they can't find anything in relation to you and being insured with them.
The driver has a little think and comes up with a new story.
It's all right, because I've got a bike and I've just changed the insurance on that.
So hang on, all I want to know is what insurance you're driving under. You're telling me it's Churchill, now you're saying
yes,
you're covered on something else.
No, I've just been explaining to this chap here. Churchill was the last one that I reinsured.
Just bear with me a second.
Here we go again.
Churchill was the last one that I reinsured with.
Yeah.
But I've also got a bike that I'm insured, that I've only just took out insurance about a month, 2 months back.
Right, okay.
And I can't remember, and I'm just being honest with you, it's the first time I've ever been stopped.
Fine.
I can't remember whether I've changed the insurance with them or whether it is still with Churchill, but I was with Churchill for a hell of a long time, which is why I'm saying like Churchill was the first one that came straight to me.
Okay.
But I worked for...
Hang on a minute, this bloke's got more coverage than Vodafone. First it's Churchill.
Churchill?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Then it's through his old motorbike insurance.
Who's the other insurance company with your bike?
I don't know.
And now it's through his company that empties bins.
Through them, I'm insured to drive everybody that works there. You're insured.
Yeah, but they won't insure you to drive your own personal car, surely?
Well, I don't know.
I very much doubt it.
Mike thinks it's all a load of old rubbish.
So I would tend to suggest that he probably hasn't got any insurance. So we're going to seize his vehicle now under police powers under SOCAP.
He goes to break the news.
What's going to happen now is I'm obviously going to secure the car. I need the ignition key only. All right, super job. You now need to produce a valid insurance certificate to get the car back. And if it is in order, you won't have to pay the recovery charge.
Oh, well, there you go. See, that's not... Oh, thank you very much.
That'll be that.
Went home and searched high and low for his insurance documents. But he couldn't find them. because he didn't have any. He accepted the penalty and paid a £250 fine and got a whopping 7 points on his licence. It's turning out to be a busy day on Operation U.S.A. As soon as a recovery man turns up, Mike is called away to help another unit. But up ahead, a rider's been knocked off his motorbike, and the other unit will have to wait. In the distance, a motorbike was about to pull out at a roundabout, but the people carrier behind him hit his bike. Mike stays in the car and radios for an ambulance.
Yeah, can I have an ambulance, please, to Cowley Bridge roundabout? We've got a motorcyclist been knocked off by a car driver. Hello, buddy, all right?
Yeah.
You've been better, obviously. Yeah, OK. Where's the pain?
I banged my leg, that's all.
Which one?
Just the bottom one.
Your bottom one, OK. Does it feel like anything's broken?
No.
No? OK. Just stay still, obviously, for a minute, all right? We'll just down the shin?
Yeah.
Yeah, OK.
Mike spots something leaking from the bike. He asks the other driver to lend a hand.
Do you want to just give us a hand, yeah, to right this bike?
Stand by, we'll give you further information in a minute.
You're probably better coming from this side. It's going to be a bit of a wait. OK. Right.
Where are we going?
Hang on, let's just see if we can... Where's the petrol turn-off, chap? They're in one? OK.
With over 6,000 motorbike accidents each year, it's obvious that everyone on the road needs to pay careful attention.
He's hurt his right leg, his bottom below the knee sort of area.
OK. He's fully conscious.
He's fully conscious, yeah.
This biker is lucky. With no one seriously injured, Mike can start to relax.
Pass it round then. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
The rider made a full recovery, and the driver of the people carrier was offered a place on the driver rectification scheme. In the 2 days Operation U.S.A. ran, 28 vehicles were found to be on the roads illegally. The police also made 16 arrests for other crimes, including assault, money laundering and drug supply. Some road users try and stay under the police radar. Others make themselves much easier to find by speeding through the streets of London.
90 miles an hour towards Green Lane.
A biker has refused to stop in North London, and a Met helicopter, call sign India 99, is above and has him in its sights.
All units to fall back. That's all units to fall back.
All ground units are told to drop back as India 99 continues to follow from the sky.
We're now on scene. We are downlinking. He is now the 406.
Staggeringly, the biker is dangerously weaving through the traffic, millimetres from other motorists.
Approaching junction with Colney Hatch Lane, stand by. And he's left Colney Hatch Lane, southbound.
Thinking there are no ground units on him, he's looking for somewhere to hide.
Stand by, straight over the Vale, heading towards Hallowick Road. Stand by.
But as he stops, he clocks the helicopter is onto him.
Stand by for a possible decamp. If I could have units making their way to Hallowick Road and the Vale.
But just like Paul Daniels, this biker has a trick up his sleeve.
We've got decamp now, the rider's off. Stand by. Taking his helmet off.
He's done a vanishing act. You'll like it. Not a lot.
Right, we have him. He's under a van, which is parked outside number six, the Vale.
Radiating heat, the biker's boots show up as black on the thermal image camera. But even once he's hidden, he's left his helmet right next to the van. What a numpty.
Over that crossroad, straight over. There's a van on your left-hand side with a ladder on it, I believe. Stop, and he's under that van.
Ground units are guided into the rider's hiding spots.
The area is contained.
Officers waste no time in dragging the suspect from under the van and nick him. What'll Debbie say?
And we do have the one outstanding suspect now detained by police, and now are sufficient units on scene.
We've just stopped this vehicle on the side of the road. It's had a few modifications to it to make it, I don't know what it's to do really.
Giles and Roger have just finished a tea break when they spot this tatty blue Fiesta. The boys have pulled him back into the car park of Columpton Nick. With the bonnet up, they realise they've got a real shed on their hands.
It's certainly not a vehicle that we should be seeing on the roads, that's for sure.
The car soon coughs up what's wrong.
The main problem is its exhaust system.
Sounds more like a growling bear than a car, but it gets worse.
What is it you do for a living?
I'm a mechanic.
What, so you're a mechanic and that you've got a vehicle that's in that state?
Hang on a minute. Did I just hear him right?
What is it you do for a living?
I'm a mechanic.
As a mechanic, you know that regardless of whether you drive it for 10 minutes or for 10 years, it's got to be of a standard which is safe on the road.
Yeah.
All right, and that's not safe on the road because as soon as I get in there, I can smell the exhaust fumes for starters.
The car is full of toxic fumes and looks a right state.
The guy should know better, really, as he says he's in the motor trade.
It's clearly no ordinary car.
It's a company car at the moment. I'm using it to go to and from work.
Right, so that is a company car owned by your boss?
That's a company car owned by the garage, yeah.
Right.
Giles just can't believe what he's hearing. Company cars are meant to be a luxury, not a liability. Getting out of the pouring rain, Giles delivers a thunderbolt.
OK, basically this is a prohibition notice. What it says to you is that I've prohibited your vehicle from driving on a public road.
A prohibition notice gives specially trained police officers the powers to immediately take dangerous cars off the road. Giles is the only one in the unit who can do this and now lists his concerns.
The exhaust is inoperative and it's allowing gases to enter the interior of the cabin of the vehicle, which is obviously dangerous, OK?
And he's not leaving it at that. With the car sorted, it's now the mechanic's turn.
I'll also be reporting you for using your vehicle in a dangerous condition, which is basically the exhaust, OK? The fact you're a mechanic, I would have expected better from you. As I say, you know about cars, you know that's dangerous.
The lad is allowed to take his Fiesta straight to the garage to get it road legal. He can also expect a lovely letter in the post about driving the dodgy motor on the roads.
Apparently he's a motor mechanic, so he should know better to keep his vehicle in a better condition, but I'm sure over a number of times he's probably noticed something wrong with his vehicle, hasn't been bothered to do something about it. You know, you can't get the basics right like an exhaust, and unfortunately to him this evening, we've been driving the other way in the unmarked car, so hopefully he'll learn. He's not long since passed his test, so if he is convicted of having a vehicle in a dangerous condition, it could be some points onto his licence as well.
And that's exactly what happened. Was slapped with 3 points on his licence and fined 60 quid. It's not just your car that needs to be in order. You need to have the correct paperwork to go with it. Taff and John are on the A30 when an overladen car catches their eye.
An XR2i on XR2 that John's just seen. Didn't like the look of it, so we'll just go after it and have a look.
They run the Fiesta through their database. And it turns out the MOT has expired.
Two up? Yeah. Evening, gents, all right?
Hello, how you doing?
Just on your way down for a bit of surfing here?
Yeah.
All right. A bit of bad news for you, unfortunately. Your MOT's expired according to our system.
I shouldn't have.
Shouldn't have it. You got your MOT test certificate on you?
No, I've got one.
If you want to grab your docs from me and just jump in the back of the police vehicle, be careful when you step out of your car.
With his MOT out, I wonder what state his other documents are in.
All right. His insurance is due on the 29th. His tax is due on the 30th of this month, and what he says, he does it all at the same time. A couple of young lads surfies.
Taff doesn't like the look of his photo.
Oh my God, he's a hippie.
But it's not all bad.
Hey, he's got to send him a to. Yes, he could be Welsh. He could be, couldn't he? Don't have much of a Welsh accent though, mate. However, his MOT's out. Yeah. What you'll do? Yeah, look it up.
The lad is getting a ticket, and Taff explains what originally caught his eye.
Initially, the reason why we didn't like your vehicle is the fact that you got a surfboard in the back, but it's tied on with a piece of string.
Well, it is more secure than that.
Is it?
Yeah, it is.
My concern is that should you hit something quite hard, or you brake suddenly, that's going to come forward and take the top of your head off.
Well, no, it's okay, because, well, I know it's not okay, but it's above my head and it was...
Is it? Okay. Well, in which case you might fly at the windscreen then and surfer style and have someone in front of you.
No, you're right.
What many motorists don't realise is that having no MOT has a severe knock-on effect.
The reason for the MOT test is to ensure that your vehicle is roadworthy and it's not going to fall to bits when you go over a manhole cover. Or possibly find somewhere within the small print on your insurance that says if you don't maintain your vehicle to the acceptable standard, that being an MOT,
It could divide your MOT, your insurance should you be involved in an accident, okay?
With the fixed penalty notice filled out, it's time to talk money.
Okay. This carries a fine of £30.
£30?
I believe it's £30. It's quite good.
Well, it's all right.
You can have 60 if you like.
60.
Don't wish too hard.
Oh, £60. There you go. £60.
Oh, cheers.
There you go. See, look, you said 30 was a bit cheap. Okay. Right. The fixed penalty is payable £60. You can either pay the penalty in full within 28 days, in which case we'll take no further action against you, okay? Or, if you feel that us nasty policemen have dealt with you unfairly, are picking on you as you're a surfer, or for whatever other reason you decide, you can fill in the section there.
You're right.
And we'll have a day out in court.
Brilliant.
Last job of the day and another happy customer for the road crime unit.
I feel quite harsh now.